Hello, today we're going to have a look at a micro, small modern micro, the FPGA chip on here. This is a very modern little device. They're about $40 or $50 each, and then we're going to compare them to their granddaddy. You can see how much bigger this is. Electronics is getting smaller and software is getting bigger. Here's our port connections and stuff. Same as we have on here. We can see the ports, the connection ports on there, and also on here. So we're going to find out today. It's just booted up there. I think I'm going to reboot it just to show you what happens here. If you haven't seen this before, it depends how much you use your Windows and all the rest of it. This is an old program called MS-DOS version 6.22. If I reboot the computer, it'll give you a chance to see what happens, what you're looking for. If you buy one of these old machines, it might have Windows on it. You never know what you're going to get. You can get DOS 6.22 off the internet. It's an old program, but still very useful when we're coming to do what we're doing today, which is playing around with the hardware inside the machine. Here you can see it's booting up. Just running through its old RAM test. Yeah, it seems okay. It's booted up into DOS 6.22. Now, we need to find out some things about this machine. Namely, where are the memory locations that we need to use before we can start fooling around with it. And trying to find out just what's possible with the old granddaddy machine here. Let's have a look. We're going to use a bit of software called Microsoft Diagnostics. It's built into the software. It's just having a look at the machine for us. Now, the first thing we want to look at is where are the memory locations. So we type in M, and here we go. Here's a kind of a hardware memory map. This here is usually at the top. It's the BIOS. Down here, some kind of extended RAM perhaps. I can see the code on this is possibly available. The black areas are usually RAM. The bit we're really interested in today is down here. Here we go. Here we can see the video ROM and the video RAM. The video RAM's what we're interested in. We can see it starts at address B800. So I'm going to make a note of this. These are hexadecimal numbers, obviously. So we can have a look at that and see if there's anything we can do to explore how the VGA palette works, how we can fool around with the screen in a VGA system using very, very basic tools. While I'm here, I'm going to have a look over here at my port addresses. So we look at the printer port. We can see here, that's our printer port. We can see its address there, which is very important. Also, we could note we've got some other information here, and that's because the port it is bidirectional anyway on the data, but it's also got a port that's not showing there, which is the input port, which comes from the printer, and we'll look into that later. We may as well while we're here. You should make notes of all this. Here are the COM port addresses. We've got two COM ports showing up here. You can see the hexadecimal addresses here at the top of your screen. We'll need them as well, or you'll need them later on if you want to play around with this kind of stuff. So we'll just jump out of this program now. We've made a note of those addresses, and we'll just jump out of there. We're going to use another program now, which is rather a bit of old hat now, but it's very, very useful if you're going to be starting to use FPGAs and micros and writing your own software, control software for these devices. This is called Debug. It's built in the old software, and a lot of old computers, even older than this one, have this actually built in to the BIOS ROM. It's called Debug. If we want to see what we can do with it, just type in a question mark at this point and you'll see the lists of commands. We can do all kinds of things here. We can have a look at the assembly language. We can compare things. We can dump data. We can have a look at address lists. Fill, that helps us fill up memory locations. You can see those commands and you can find out more about this simply by reading or looking on the net. Today though, we're going to use the fill command, and we can write things onto the video ROM and have a bit of fun here exploring what kind of palettes and code pages we've got available to us just at the very basic level. So if we look down here, I'm going to write a fill command at the bottom now, just for you to see the syntax, although you can find out the syntax if you investigate each one of these commands using the question mark, which you can do. So we're writing fill. What we do is type the command fill, a space. Let's have a look at my notes. The video RAM began at B800, so we type in B800. We're going to start right at the bottom of that page. Now we need to tell the machine how many parts of the screen memory we're going to fill. So here, the second hex number I put in here, the second location, tells the memory where to start filling here, and we're going to put in where we want it to stop filling. So let's just try this. We'll go 0050, and now we've got to tell it what character we want to put on there. Now the character I put into the keyboard here isn't going to match the character that comes out on the screen, because I'm putting in a hexadecimal piece of data here, and it will relate to a character that's in the palette on the ROM chip or somewhere else in software. If you're using higher level programs, they can generate different code pages, i.e. for graphics, games, everything else. We're going to be looking at the very basics here today. So I'm going to put in, let's say, the number 4. I'm guessing, I don't know what this is yet, but I'm just about to find out. If I press enter, we can see now at the top of the screen, we filled the first 50 pixel locations with a little red diamond. Let's try and change this number now on the bottom. We use the same command again. We're just going to type it all in again. This time we're going to change the character. We'll put in, let's say, a 7. Let's see what happens now. We can see that we've changed now to a little white diamond. Let's just do this one more time. Use the same command just to get you used to the syntax here. And we pop in the number, let's see, we'll try number 2. Well, you can see we've changed now to a little kind of Pac-Man smiley face thing. Now we can have a look at the range thing. Same command, let's put it all in here. We'll just rattle it in, only now we're going to change our range a little bit. We go back over here. Let's fill the first 100 spaces. And we'll use the little Pac-Man again. He's nice and easy to see, isn't he? Or she. Here you go. Now we've actually filled more of the spaces. Okay, we filled the screen up with that character. And this, obviously we can go right up to hexadecimal FF with these characters. So there's a lot of them. As you remember, this is the character number here. This is the end of the range. This is the beginning of the range. And this is the memory page number. We're actually writing now directly into the video RAM. And you can go mad if you want to. If you type in the fill command again, you can actually get to fill the whole screen and more. You've got to remember there's a scroll factor here. So let's go to C00 and have a look what we get here. We'll use the little red diamonds again for this one. So we'll use the number 4 and see what happens. Yeah, we've nearly filled the whole screen now. Okay, it doesn't matter if you fill the whole screen, your cursor will still be available to you at the bottom. so you can fill as much as you like. Down here in the corner you'll always see your cursor. I can demonstrate that. Let's go and use the fill command again. If you go on now, we're going to fill even more. Let's go to let's have a look. 0 0 0, and we'll use our little red diamond again. You can see we've filled it right up. We got our cursor here. In fact, I want to blank out that cursor, so we'll use the fill command again. Okay, I'm going to increase the range even more. Let's try this. This is bound to get the whole screen full. You can see the screen is totally full of these characters, and further down, if we were to scroll, it would be full down. You can see we've still got our cursor here, so I can still use the command again. Okay, and we can, let's just change the character one more time. We go back to smiley face. Okay, you can see again there, we've got our cursor still there. We can still use our command, so you can work away. You can explore yourself all these different characters, what they mean, what kind of tables are stored on the machine. But basically what I'm trying to show you is, with a little bit of our software, we can use old granddaddy here to do similar tricks that we do with this. And it's a lot more tricky to do that one with this, but it can be done. We'll come back to that later. Cheerio for now. I'm going to make another video in a minute about how we're going to talk to those ports. Bye bye.